Hey everyone, Jason here. I wanted to go ahead and I've been thinking about doing this for a little while. No. Hey everyone, Jason here. You know, I've been thinking for a little while that I wanted to do maybe sort of a, I would say a sort of a channel vlog type series for a little bit. Maybe something like once a month or so that I basically just come on here and we can go ahead and discuss, we'll say, the channel goings on, what I'm thinking behind the scenes, the direction I'm going in, and it's sort of a nice sort of consolidated place where I can speak with you guys, you know, comment section and that, where you guys can give me your feedback, what you think and what you would like to see, we'll say, more on a meta level, not necessarily, we'll say, within each of the games that I'm playing, but you know, we can talk about, well, channel, what kind of content you like, what kind you'd like to see more of, you know, possible game suggestions. I'm not going to take everything, of course. Like I'll hear everything, but it doesn't mean I'm going to do exactly what is requested all the time. But it's good to get suggestions and stuff like that. So I figured, you know, once a month, it's you know, we just sit down and just sort of talk about what I'm playing with the channel, and we'll say newsworthy, we'll say little tidbits. So yeah, so let's go ahead and dive on in. Now, actually, you know, I've been thinking about doing this for a little while, and I had originally had it kind of as a goal when I launched my Patreon page a little while back. You know, do like a weekly vlog thing, but I realized, you know, my life is just not that interesting. So I'm like, a weekly might be a little bit too frequently. So I figured, you know, we'll make it a monthly thing, and I'm not going to make it a Patreon goal. I'm going to try to just do it. So, but what really sort of prompted the idea to do this, what really kind of got me up off my butt, and it made me kind of say, you know, maybe we should be talking to the viewers here, because, you know, I do converse on Twitter, and I do have the, you know, the Patreon Discord channel that I do talk with, but, you know, the majority of my viewers don't go there. So what got me was, you know, the other day I was recording stuff. I was like, sweet, I had just started my Fatal Frame series. And I went ahead and I checked my, we'll say my my video manager in YouTube. And I was listed as, we'll say, I think it was around 100 of my videos had been flagged as not ad appropriate, which to me is absolutely, it's hilarious, because that's kind of one of the things I try to pride myself on, is being, we'll say, as family friendly, we'll say, as possible. I try to, you know, I watch my language, which is naturally how I talk. So let's be honest. I'm not trying very hard to censor myself. I just honestly don't speak like that. But you know, I try to, you know, sort of be appropriate. I can understand some games, you know, that I play might have sort of, we'll say they might be a little bit iffy, but no, like, and I can understand that it is it's an algorithm, right? It's a program that looks at, you know, titles, and it might sort of scour the video just a little bit for sort of signs that things might not be appropriate. For example, my entire series of, you know, Penumbra Black Plague was flagged as inappropriate, which, you know, I could see potentially how a sensitive algorithm could see how the title of that game might be, we'll say, offensive. So I can understand it. But what bothered me was that because of the size of my channel, because I am pretty small, I can't contest it, which means I cannot have my videos manually reviewed. And, you know, I was like, you know what? Penumbra's not a huge series for me, honestly. I'm like, whatever, I'll deal with it. But then I noticed my new series I just started, Fatal Frame, getting flagged. I noticed Morrowind getting flagged, and then I started to worry a little bit, because I'm like, you know, my Elder Scrolls videos are basically my biggest source of views. That's kind of where, you know, my channel lives right now, is kind of in the Elder Scrolls. So, you know, rather than going out and totally panicking, I decided, you know, it's better to respond than to react. So, you know, I took the weekend, and I was really thinking about it, and honestly, we'll get into a little bit of, we'll say, history, or a little bit of, I'll share a little bit of behind the scenes here. The reason why I'm able to spend hours on the channel, recording, editing, stuff like that, is because of the money I can make from the channel. It's it's you know, it doesn't seem like a whole lot, but basically my job, I can you know, I can request more hours, I can request fewer hours, and because I was making money from the channel, I've been able to kind of say, you know, to my boss, you know, no, I'm okay with the number of hours I have, which gives me the time to dedicate to creating content. But if that, and you know, even then, it's not a large amount I'm making from the channel, but because the number has been going up, you know, I've been able to sort of justify it and say, you know what, you know, things are increasing. That's good. I'm getting somewhere. But now with this sort of change, I'm noticing things are going down. And the last thing I want to, the reason why I even started the Patreon was because I wasn't quite making enough from YouTube. And, you know, that might still be the case here. But if that number starts to go down, you know, I might have to start doing this, we'll say casually. I might have to, you know, if I go down to like 1 or 2 videos a week, you know, if that, you know, things would become a lot more irregular. And, you know, my goal, what I wanted to do was, you know, eventually get to the point where, you know, I'm not just putting up 5, you know, I maybe put up more than 5 a week and so that, you know, I was kind of hoping, you know, for that growth, which to a lot of people can kind of seem kind of, you know, funny. Haha, you had visions of grandeur for YouTube fame. Not really. It was, if it was just enough to, we'll say, reduce hours and let me do something that I love, that was enough for me. But the money does matter. So what I'm ultimately where this is going, when I launched my Patreon page, I made it clear that it was basically like a tip jar. You know, I'll put your name in the credits, you know, at the end of the videos. But ultimately, I don't want it to be intrusive. You know, you're helping out the channel, but I want the content for everybody. What I'm going to likely have to do is start adding, we'll say, more incentives. So I'm looking at doing, we'll say, like time exclusive on content. You know, maybe patrons get the videos like a week, at least a week before everyone else. Stuff like that. You know, straight up officially access to the Patreon Discord server, stuff like that. So that's something I'm going to be, we'll say, working on this week, trying to get videos edited so that I'm at least maybe a week ahead, if I can manage that, to sort of add that incentive. Now, I'd like your input on that, because I was also thinking, you know, maybe keep the, you know, my current $5 level gives you, you know, the name of the credits. What if I went down to like, you know, $2 or $3, and that gives you, we'll say, the content a little bit ahead of time. So add an extra tier in there. That one, like I said, I'm not sure the exact details of it. I just know that if I'm going to implement that, I need to do the editing and get ahead somehow, buy at least a week worth of videos. So I'm going to be working on that. And the reason why I wanted to include all this information in this video was so that I could hear back from you guys. And, you know, maybe we would, you know, maybe you'd have something to add, maybe something I haven't considered. Maybe what kind of incentive would you like to see? I can maybe consider if that's feasible or not. But basically, the point is, because I'm starting to lose revenue based on ads, I need to shift over into Patreon. Either that or my channel starts to go down to, you know, casual level. I go down to just sort of, it's a hobby once again. It's, you know, I've already kind of left YouTube, like, was it twice now because of technical reasons. I'd hate to have to do it again because of financial reasons. So. So yeah, that's the big news. That's the big thing. Starting with the we'll say the bad news. I'm apparently not appropriate, not family friendly. Now another thing I realized because of this whole thing was the size of my channel. I'm small. You know, it is growing, but you know what? I was thinking about this. You know, I've wanted to sort of talk about certain topics. You know, and I've played around a little bit with like my At a Glance, which then I later changed to Primer, and then I stopped doing, and then my Memory Dump, because I couldn't really figure out a format I liked for it, and I've wanted to do those kind of things, and I think that it's important that I get back to those kind of videos, maybe like one-off videos, because the truth of the matter is, people don't share Let's Plays. Nobody says, oh yeah, check out video number 43 of this, you know, 100-part Let's Play. People don't share that, and a lot of viewers like just having, you know, standalone videos. So I'm thinking, you know, trying to work some of those back in to start doing one-off videos on maybe certain games, and with the same sort of approach though, trying to go into as much detail, sort of part review, part let's play, part, you know, walkthrough guide. Basically, just it's like a show and tell. Basically, that's what Memory Dump has been. It's been sort of I show off the game as much as possible in one video, and I'm thinking maybe doing more of those. Memory Dump, I was thinking, you know, a lot of times I tend to I'll stutter or I'll forget thoughts because, you know, the ADD kicks in, and you know, I'm in the middle of a let's play and I'm concentrating on what I'm doing. But I was thinking, you know, write out some stuff, some notes, and then just start doing videos on certain topics, maybe suggested by you guys, who knows, but make that a little bit more of a regular thing, because I think that's one of the things that is sort of holding the channel back, is that I don't have a lot of shareable content. Now, I'm not saying that I just want to do these things just so people can go ahead and share them. It's things that I've been wanting to do for some time now. It's like, you know, I'd like to have a little bit more variety on the channel. I hate that I'm just Let's Plays. I feel like some of my opinions and thoughts don't really fit well into, we'll say, a Let's Play of certain videos. So I'd like to be able to have more one-off, more thought, you know, provoking type videos and stuff like that. So I'm going to try and go ahead and work on a little bit more of those as well. I'm going to try to put those into my regular routine, because as it is, it's like I wake up, I do my stuff, I get a free moment, and then I sit down and I try to record as much as I can for Let's Plays. But I'm wondering if maybe rather than having 3 Let's Plays going at one time, drop down to 2, and that'll free up some time during one day of the week that I can really sort of, I can work on those other kind of projects. That way there, you know, you'd have 2 regular Let's Plays, and then maybe on Wednesdays or every second Wednesday or something, I'd be able to put out a different type of video, something a little bit more, you know, one-off. And like I said, those also have the benefit of being more shareable, which would help with growth, which would help this whole thing, because the main problem behind everything, and I'm sorry I'm bringing that, the ad-friendly thing up again, because I feel like that's kind of that's what prompted this whole thing. The reason, or the way I could get past that, is if I was larger. The problem is I'm too small. So, yeah, and that's what I'm gonna go ahead and try to do. Any thoughts on that? If there's topics you'd like to hear me talk about, you know, go ahead, throw some at me. Like I said, that's what this video is for. I want any channel related comments, thoughts, feedback. Heck, if constructive criticism, if there's something I'm doing, you know what, let me know. I want to get better. If you look at some of my earliest videos that I've done, I've gone back and watched them. I'm like, they're pretty bad. But the only reason that I think that things have gotten better is because I'm able to, I frequently look at my own videos. I watch them and I go, you know, I don't like that. No, that's terrible. What was I thinking when I did that? And, you know, some people have given me suggestions, and I was like, you know what, that person's right. I should go ahead and implement that. So, you know, I want that feedback. I think that would be, yeah, that'd be good. All right, so that's about it for, we'll say, this October sort of video. You know, I might do follow-up videos based on we'll say, the number of comments and some feedback that I get on these. But I'm targeting, you know, at least one channel-focused sort of discussion with you guys a month. I think that's kind of what I'm hoping for. You know, currently I've just started Fatal Frame. Hopefully I can monetize that. I think after Fatal Frame I'll go down to, I'm not sure if I should go down to just the 2 Let's Plays. We'll see. But after Fatal Frame I'll go down to just 2 Distant Worlds Universe. I'm almost done actually recording. I'm pretty sure that we're close to the end, so that one will be done very soon. Dark Souls, I think I still have a little bit to go, but I'm getting closer to the end. And Morrowind, that's going to be there for a little while. So, yeah. So that's kind of what I've got going. I'm not too sure what I would replace them with. I think after I'm done Dark Souls, I might take a bit of a break. Maybe play a few shorter games, something like that, before I dive into potentially another RPG. I was thinking of going into Dark Souls 2, but I'm wondering if it might be nice to sort of break things up. You know, another series I've been wanting to play a lot of is The Witcher, so I'm wondering if I would do, you know, Dark Souls, Witcher, Dark Souls 2, Witcher 2, or, you know, if by that point I have the ability to capture consoles. I actually have I picked up the other day. I posted on Twitter. For $5 I found Demon Souls in a bargain bin. So, you know, I could jump into that as well. But that's why we're doing this video. So you guys can tell me what you think on my thoughts and, you know, what I'm thinking about doing, we'll say, with the direction of my channel. What do you guys think? So yeah, that's it. Let me know what you think. I think I've said that a little bit too many times during this video, but yep. So, until then, until next time, until the next video, I would like to ask you all to game on.